Hey guys, it's Matthew Scooby. So, there's been a lot of confusion of lately as like who was the original legendary Super Saiyan. Now the problem with this is that if you go online, you're gonna find a lot of fan fiction created characters, especially Ika, who is said to be the original legendary Super Saiyan. But this is a fan fiction character who was created for Dragon Ball. For, from fans. But originally, we didn't know who the original legendary Super Saiyan was. One fact that we do know is that the original legendary Super Saiyan existed thousands of years before the events of the destruction of planet Vegeta. So, there's been a lot of confusion throughout the years. Who was the original legendary Super Saiyan? Some thought it was Broly, some thought it was Bardock. But if you go and do some deep research, you'll find there's a lot of contradiction between the both. And that in the original canon storyline, Bardock was not a Super Saiyan in canon. And as for Broly with the green hair, there's a moment in Dragon Ball Super during the Tournament of Power where Vegeta, when he's fighting the two female Saiyans, I forgot their names at the moment. You'll probably yell at me in the comments below, but it's okay. Where Goku fights the two Saiyans from the other universe during the Tournament of Power. And when one of them turns into the green hair Super Saiyan, Vegeta states, "Watch out, because that could be the true power of the Saiyans." Which to me leads me to believe that at some point during Saiyan evolution is that they somehow devolved. And if you look in Dragon Ball GT, when they're able to turn into Super Saiyan 4, they did that by harnessing the power of their tail, which is harnessing the power of their gorilla form to become Super Saiyans. So, I think at some point the Saiyans were using their tail to become the legendary Super Saiyan by turning into Super Saiyan 4, but that still doesn't explain how they were able to turn into the green hair Saiyan. Now, I'm not a big fan of Super Saiyan 1, 2, 3, like the numbers. Like, to me, that's just better to explain to the audience like how powerful these characters are. But at some point, the Saiyans did devolve, but at some point there was a legendary Super Saiyan that could have the green hair, which leads Vegeta to believe that that is the true form of the Saiyans, which is kind of confusing because if Vegeta had that knowledge, why didn't he turn into Super Saiyan Green before? And also, why did Vegeta in Dragon Ball Z believe that he was a Super Saiyan even though he never actually met one? So, there's a lot of contradiction in Dragon Ball. There's a lot of fan-created characters. There's some confusion if Bardock and Broly were the legendary Super Saiyans. But none of them were. And there's a lot of fictional characters where none of them were the legendary Super Saiyan. But Akira Toriyama, the creator, who has stated before who the legendary Super Saiyan was. And that's where we come to this character. I don't know if I said his name right. Yamoshi. Yamoshi is supposed to be, stated by Akira Toriyama, the original legendary Super Saiyan, or at least the Super Saiyan God. And this is canon, at least coming from Akira Toriyama. And what's interesting about this is that Yaoshima, or Yaoshi, whatever, looks kind of like Vegeta if you look at the silhouette. We don't actually see what he actually looks like, but if you look at his clothing, he's wearing the same thing that Vegeta wears. If you look at his hair, in a way, his hair has a striking resemblance to Vegeta, which is probably why Vegeta and his father are the kings of the Saiyans, the prince and king of the Saiyans. Because at some point, and it makes sense throughout their history, that their great-great-great ancestor was the original legendary Super Saiyan. Which is why Vegeta is probably born with a high power when he becomes born a Saiyan. So, this is what this states. Yaoshi, I don't know if I said his name right, is a Saiyan who could transform into a Super Saiyan long before Goku could. After his death, he was only known as Super Saiyan God. Which is weird because it's... when they talk about the original legendary Super Saiyan, they don't ever actually mention him being a god, but he was originally thought to be nothing more than a myth until Goku's first transformation during his fight with Frieza. While only appearing as a silhouette, Yamoshi bore a very striking resemblance to Vegeta, even seemingly wearing the same clothing as him. Yamoshi is very righteous despite being a Saiyan, and he, alongside his 5 comrades, attempted to wipe out the evils of the Saiyan race. As a Super Saiyan, Yamoshi is a fierce fighter even for a Saiyan, which led to the legendary Super Saiyan being destructive and violent. So it's basically stating that, just like Goku, This original legendary Super Saiyan was a very righteous person, even though he was a Saiyan, and he wanted to destroy all the evil Saiyans, even though he himself was a Saiyan, which is kind of interesting, because if you see Goku's character, he's genuinely a good person at heart. So, to unlock the power of the Saiyan, one, in a way, has to have some sort of good being in their heart. And it says right here, is that, which led the legendary Super Saiyan being destructive and violent, which probably meant that this good person kept all that rage bottled up inside, all that anger bottled up inside, so when they finally became a Saiyan, they explode. Like, have you ever been so angry, but you never wanted to show it, and you kept your anger bottled up inside, and you finally just lashed out one day? That is basically what happened with this character. So let's get more to it. Yamoshi, I'm sorry if I butchered his name, is a Saiyan with righteous heart who existed long before planet Vegeta. So yeah, there was another planet of the Saiyans that existed long before planet Vegeta. If you didn't know, planet Vegeta was originally home to another race of beings before the Saiyans arrived and destroyed them all. And this is probably due to this character destroying the original planet of the Saiyans because he saw most Saiyans to be evil. Yamoshi starts a rebellion against the evil Saiyans. He is cornered and becomes a Super Saiyan, but is still defeated as he runs out of energy. However, his spirits continue to search for a new savior, Super Saiyan God. A Namekian elder sympathized with Yamoshi's spirit and so recorded the information about him in the Namekian Book of Legends, which is interesting because no one on Namek ever mentioned this, but at the same time, I guess no one really had time to mention this to the Z Fighters when they arrived. And here it is what I was saying earlier. Vegeta states that the last Super Saiyan to appear was 1,000 years prior, 3,000 in the Ocean dub, into the beginning of Dragon Ball Z. The original legendary Super Saiyan was more about his power than the Saiyan himself, which is interesting because the original legendary Super Saiyan, I guess it's stating that he actually cared more about his power than being a Saiyan, which is weird. So when the Dragon Ball Z animated was released, a film scene in the episode Goku's New Power was added, showing that Super Saiyan as what looked like a gray ape with yellowish colored fur instead of the standard brown in the filler visual. The original Super Saiyan is shown attacking people around him. The filler visual also suggests that the power of the original Super Saiyan destroyed the planet that he was on, which leads to my speculation that the original Super Saiyan did destroy the original planet. So, in the Super Saiyan form is believed to be a myth until Vegeta begins to suspect that Goku is a Super Saiyan, after seeing Goku easily defeating the Ginyu Force on Namek, thus witnessing his dramatic increase in power in a short period of time. Vegeta's suspicions are not confirmed until later when Goku transforms against Frieza and states himself that he is a Super Saiyan. Super Saiyan God Legend. According to Shinran's story about Yamoshi from the Namekian Book of Legends, 6 righteous Saiyans came together on planet Saladala. I guess that is the home to the original Saiyans. I'll look it up in a minute. To transform one into the Super Saiyan God. However, while the Super Saiyan God overwhelms the evil Saiyans, his power vanishes as quickly as it came, and such, he and his comrades are wiped out. So this character was so powerful that he ended up destroying himself, which is weird. And here's the Battle of the Gods, which in a way is non-canon now. Beerus saw Yamoshi's spirit in his prophetic dream many years later while trying to remember the warrior he saw in his dreams. Beerus saw Yamoshi's spirit as he destroyed a planet. Later, after being asked by Goku how to obtain the Super Saiyan God transformation, Shinran, with his knowledge from the Namekian Book of Legends, tells the Dragon Team, Beerus and Wiz, the story of the Super Saiyan God. Yamoshi's spirit appears during the Super Saiyan God ritual, turning Goku into the Super Saiyan God to battle Beerus. Now that's interesting because I didn't realize that. I just thought that was Goku turning into another Saiyan. I didn't know that was Yamoshi appearing before him. In the manga anime, when the Super Saiyan God Goku is battling Beerus and believes he has reached the limit of the Super Saiyan God's power and is going to lose, the Super Saiyan God's power speaks to Goku, tells him to keep on pushing, allowing Goku to tap into more power and continue the battle. So Yamoshi is able to achieve the Super Saiyan form. According to the English dub, he was dubiously implied to only be able to use the form when he is a great ape. So the original Super Saiyan could only turn into a Super Saiyan God by tapping into the power of the great ape. So the Super Saiyan God is incredibly powerful. He is seen battling against great apes and dodging most of their attacks, proving his immense power, but his power ran out as quickly as it came. Yamoshi's Super Saiyan God power is utilized by Goku through Super Saiyan God ritual, skyrocketing him to a level of strength where he can fight bears, and afterwards, Goku is able to make his power his own, even though it has disappeared with the effect of the ritual wore off. So, the power of the Super Saiyan God, the original, had red hair, from what it looked like. But then again, the Super Saiyan 4, didn't they have red hair also? So I guess Super Saiyan God is Super Saiyan 4? I just now realized that. But anyways. So I'll let you read more of this article. But the reason I wanted to point this out because there's a lot of fan fiction characters created stating this is Super Saiyan God, and a lot of fictional fan favorite characters. And there's a lot of confusion between Broly and Bardock being the original legendary Super Saiyan, which of course none of that is true because Akira Toriyama has stated that this is the original legendary Super Saiyan of legend, and that he still happens to kind of look like Vegeta. Look, he has the same hair. He's almost in a way short of stature, a little like kind of the same body build as Vegeta. Of course, looks like he's kind of wearing underwear, but that's whatever. So, yeah, trivia. Originally, the previous Super Saiyan, original Super Saiyan, were thought to be two different people. However, a 2017 interview with Toriyama revealed that they were, in a sense, the same person. In the Dragon Ball manga, Vegeta's monologue about the Super Saiyan informs the audience of the legend. However, unlike the anime, the monologue in the manga is not accompanied by visual accounts. Okay, I never actually read the manga, so... The original design of Super Saiyan is having him wearing a cape, and the original Super Saiyan God fighting evil Saiyans of Planet Namek are very similar to Guardian of Planet Vegeta. So, yeah, it has been speculated that Cumber may have some history with Yamoshi due to the reaction of Goku's usage of Super Saiyan God implies that Kamba is one of the evil Saiyans who fought Yamoshi. Wonder who that is. Is that Goku? Isn't that Broly's dad? Could be. Oh. I don't know. I really don't know much about this character. It's an evil Saiyan Cumber faces Goku, Vegeta, creature mind. I probably missed. I haven't been watching. I haven't seen the actual Dragon Ball Broly saga yet, so this is probably where this stems from. So this basically states that we finally have a definitive idea on who the legendary Super Saiyan was, and it was a great descendant of Vegeta. And again, I made this video because there seems to be so many people confused about who this legendary Super Saiyan was, and some thought it was Broly, some thought it was Bardock, or whatever. Oh yeah, here it is. Planet Saldana, if I'm saying that name right, is the native planet of the Saiyans. And that's probably Universe 6. Planet Saldana still exists in Universe 6. Oh yeah, that's true. So anyways, guys, I'm going to stop this right now. So that is basically who the legendary Super Saiyan was. He was Yamoshi, and he's a great descendant of Vegeta. Let me know what you think in the thoughts below. And make sure to subscribe to my channel because it helps me out a lot. I gotta go for now. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.